Actually, it is not open yet, sir.
क्या ओपन नहीं हुआ है?
सर वो शेयर वाला लिंक अभी ओपन नहीं हुआ है. I send you.
मैंने वो बना दिया है प्रेजेंटर.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, देख एक बार. तेरा पीपीटी ओपन हुआ?
हाँ, PPT is open, but can you see my PPT?
नहीं, तुम थर्ड नंबर में नीचे देखना, शेयरिंग. शेयर को शेयर कर, क्लिक कर पहले शेयर. नीचे में थर्ड नंबर देख.
Yes, yes.
शेयर किया तूने, उसको क्लिक किया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
हाँ, उसको क्लिक कर, उसके बाद उसमें जा पीपीटी में. देन इट विल स्टार्ट.
Sir, I have sent you one pic. Can you please check it? It is showing like this only. Okay. Hello everyone. Sorry for the delay. Our topic is computational fluid dynamics. Okay. Our main focus is in this lab class to how to convert physical problem into computational problem, and to help with the help of computer, we will solve those equations and get those results. So I'll give some little bit review about it. First, what is CFD? Okay. So let me minimize this. Fluid mechanics deals with the motion of fluids, liquids, and gases included by external forces. Okay. Fluid flow is modeled by partial differential equation. What we do, like if we have some physical phenomena like damper mass system, we convert this physical phenomena into partial differential equations. And this, with this help of this software, we solve those equations and get required results. Computational fluid dynamics is the discipline of discretizing these PD and solving them using computers. In which application? Why do we require CFD software? First of thing, where are the applications? So aerospace and aeronautical applications. Okay, mechanical application like in gas turbine combustion chamber. It is a vast application. Heat exchanger, explosion, combustion architectures. Biological application like blood flow. Okay, breathing, drinking. Meteorological application also like weather predictions. Environmental application, air and water pollution. Microfluidics, which is the main focus of this lab, is lab on chip, and many more applications. Why to use CFD? Pre-design of component simulation versus experiment. Simulations are cheaper, faster, and safer. Like if we want to do some experiment, it requires lots of money, time also, time consuming. With the help of this software or any software, we can reduce that time and we can do as many as iteration as we want by changing the input parameters. But it is not very easy in experiment because we have to set up the whole experiment. Okay. Requirement of industrial applications: robustness, reliability, performance, geometry. Okay. Give a good solution faster for real problems. These are few just for your information. Okay. It is not for requirement for the software, but you should know these things. CFD solution toolchain, like first we create the geometry, our model. As per our physical problem, we create our geometry. Then we discretize that geometry into grids. Then our problem setup, like which mathematical model we are using, which boundary conditions we are using. Then we solve that into our solver. After this results, we get the results. We plot those results into post-processing. We will be in CFD solver, we use finite volume method. These four domain, which we'll go step by step. First, modeling geometry. For that, we are using space claim. It is a design modeler for geometry modeling. It is a space claim. It is a ANSYS only software. And then meshing, we use ICM CFD for meshing. And solver, we are using Fluent. And for post processing, we will use CFD post. These four will be in your ANSYS software. If you have any ANSYS software, or you can download, these four will be there. Okay, we'll step by step use this software to solve our problem. So some CFD software, commercial like Fluent, COMSOL, CFX, Star City. In-house codes like they build their own codes. Open source, OpenFOAM is very famous nowadays. You might have heard. Now this is the case study. Today's case study is our T joint pipe. Okay, we have some geometry dimensions. Okay, here I'm not taking at micro levels. You solve this to understand this how this software works. You can use your dimensions. Same process will be for that also. Okay, so first we solve this problem. In the second lab, I will try to use some micro channels to solve your problem. First, you should understand how this software works, and you should be familiar with the interface of this software. Okay, so these are few boundary conditions. These are the boundary conditions, or this is the geometry. Okay, first we'll start our space claim to create our geometry. Space claim. Just type space claim, SCDM, space claim design modeler. Okay, it will take some time. It is opening. Sometimes it takes time, so don't worry about that. Geometry you can design in any software, in any CAD software like CAD, CATIA, SolidWorks. There are many design modeler software. So you don't have necessary to use this software. This is incorporated in ICM ANSYS software. That's why I'm using this. You can use your own design modeler. Okay, now it's open. Right. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's taking. Oh, sorry. Please have patience. Okay. Now we have to create that geometry as per our requirement. This is the interface of the software. Like here you can, in design section, there are design tools, insert, there are many step by step you can use. We only require design tools. To, as per our plane, we can select our plane like X. We want that length along X, to choose this. Then here at the top, create circle. Okay, and select. Now this is 150 mm. All right, change it to into 3D mode. Okay. Now we need that length. How much length for this pipe. This is around 712 mm. All right. Now we want a T section at the center. So we will create a circle. You just have to move your mouse. It will select plane accordingly. Which plane you want, just click on that. Okay. Here is the plan view. Just click on. So it, or you can zoom in, zoom out with the help of middle mouse button. Then select circle. Okay. And just move on the center line. You will get a triangle. This is your center point. Or you can also create from partition dimension. Select this and you can choose your dimension. Okay. I'm selecting like this only. Select center. Give some diameter like 100 mm. Okay. Go into 3D mode. Then select your that surface and extend it. How much length? 375. So this is your T joint. Okay. You have created your geometry. Now the next step is to use this geometry for meshing. For that we'll be using ICM CFD. ICM CFD. Just type ICM CFD. I have already saved this geometry. I'll explain you how to save. Okay, it is not taking time. Okay, this is your ICM CFD. First, let me save. Just go to file. Okay, save as. Okay, I have already saved that file. You just have. There are three types which ICM CFD supports: step file support, IGS format support, or its default, which is space claim file. Okay, so you can choose any, like step file. I choose step file, then just click save. It is already saved. Okay, then close it. Okay, and say no. Okay, now go to ICM CFD. Now we do meshing analysis. Now there are two types of meshing: structured meshing and unstructured meshing. Which meshing you'll be doing in your problem? So what are the difference between structured meshing and unstructured meshing? Structured meshing are very like hexahedral cells will be there, and unstructured tetrahedral cells will be there. Structured meshing is very good compared to unstructured meshing. Like if you want to reduce your time of computing, then you should choose structured meshing. Okay, if you want your convergence to be fast, then use structured meshing. But sometimes it is not feasible to create structured meshing. Like if your geometry is very complex, like there are so many curves, then you have to use unstructured meshing. Okay, but here our geometry is not that complex. We can use structured meshing. I'll show you one picture of structured meshing. So like this. Okay, this is structured mesh. This is unstructured mesh. Okay, so go to file. Okay, you have already saved your model. Go to file, import model. Okay, then where you have saved your file, there were three format: .step file, IGS format, and space claim. Click. Okay, T-pipe simulation. I have already saved T-pipe. This is in space claim format. Just click open. Then units we have created in millimeters. Apply. Okay, it is loading. Okay. If your configuration are very high, then it won't take much time. Sometimes it takes time, but not more than 50 or 30 seconds. Okay, so we have uploaded our geometry. You can see like this. This is the interface. Okay, utility tools. This is the function tools. These are the function tools. This is your model tree. This is your display window. This is your window. Now select from model tree, select your surfaces. Okay, then this is your wireframes view, and this is your solid frame. Convert to solid. So this was your geometry. Okay, now close surfaces. Now you have to check whether your geometry is okay or not. Okay, so go to geometry function tool, and in the sixth layer geometry, okay, go to repair geometry. In the repair geometry, first icon is build diagnostic. Okay, so it will check whether your geometry is okay. If all the curves are red, then there is no gap, your geometry is perfect. If there is yellow color, then that means there are the gaps. So just apply. So curves are red, which means your geometry is okay. Okay. Now next step is, now we have to define fluid in that geometry. How do we do? In structured meshing, we go for blocking. In unstructured meshing, it is quite simple. You just have to create one fluid body, and you don't have to worry about blocking, association, all those things. I'll explain both the techniques, structured and unstructured. First, I'll explain you structured meshing. Okay. Then go to blocking. Third option is blocking. Or before that blocking, we can create our parts also. We can name those parts, like which will be inlet or outlet. Okay, so go to parts, select surfaces, go to parts, right click. Okay, how to right click? Just use your mouse, right side mouse, click, then create parts. Okay, put your name, like just remember what you are giving as inlet and outlet, because sometimes people get confused and things get difficult. Okay, so this will be my inlet, like opposite to x direction, because y direction is in that direction. So just select as per your convenience. There is no any. You just have to, as your per your convenience, use like inlet x. Select, then this. Now how to select? You can, like, I'll explain. Inlet y, you select with the help of left button and click either your mouse button or apply from here. Both work same. Okay, I'll just click my middle mouse button. It is apply. Then outlet, or if you want to, if you are inside the command, if and you want to use rotate your geometry, just press Control, and with the help of left mouse button you can rotate it also. Okay, just rotate, then select, and middle mouse, apply, then create wall, select, and middle mouse. Okay, now you can check inlet x, inlet y, outlet. Okay, what is remains is wall. You can also wall. Now what is remaining, just name those also, like curves. Okay, sorry. Okay, we give all the names. Sorry, create parts, inlet, inlet x. Here in this function menu, you can select what you should select, like block, points, curves, and body. So you will select only those, like surfaces only. Okay, for x, select this again, and middle mouse. For y, go to and rotate your geometry, select y, and outlet, select this and y, and then go to wall, right wall, select this. This will only select your surfaces, okay, not curves, because you have blocked those things. Now if you want to, you just click on your, from your model tree, click wall, that was your wall. Now this is your inlet x, you can check inlet x, this is inlet y, this is outlet. Okay, okay, now give curves also naming. Okay, this is your fit to window at the left end. Just use this, like you have zoom out and you want to fit your window, just fit to window here, then fit to window, then give curves, select, then deselect curve and block surface. And here is the cross section is select all appropriate objects. You don't have to go and select individually all the curves. You can just click here, all the curves will be selected. And one points, open points also, just create your points, then open points and select all points. Now you have created your parts naming. Now what is not, just click, all will be there. If you want better coloring system, go right click on the parts, go to good colors. Okay, so these are your geometry and naming also done. Now second step is blocking. Now we have to define where, sorry sir,
टाइट रिपोर्ट थिला बड़ टाइट अछि ना गलानी
sorry please
बंद पाखरे गोटे बड़ टाइट
close your
रिपोर्ट
mic.
किरोसिन गला जो टाइट रखा होतला
Now second step is blocking. Go to blocking. First option is create block. You will understand in the later stage why we are creating block. Okay, give some name like fluid, because we will give the property of fluid to the block. 3D rounding box, apply. So your block is created. Okay, now we don't require this area, like at this corner and at this corner. This is unnecessary area, so we have to delete those. For that we have to split the block. Okay, so for that we have to create some points also. So let's close this and create few points. How to create points? Let's see. Go to geometry. First option is create points. There are many options. You just have to play with the tools. Okay, you will understand. If you have any doubt, suppose you have doubt how to create point, there is a question mark section. You just click on that help. This is a help section. Click regarding that problem, you will get the solution. Okay, the whole PDF will be there. Okay? Just in the fifth option, create points based on two location. Just select this. Okay, we want points here, here, here at the all four corners, because when we associate this geometry now, it will shift to that point only. Okay, in future it will require, but just understand how to create points. Just later you will understand why we created those points. Okay, from here create parameters. Okay, one points, just select. It will create at the middle of that curve. How? Because parameter is 0.5, means it is dividing 50%. Now again go to curves. Okay, segment curves. Okay. Select one curves with 1 point. Select location with left button and middle. Okay. Again, now what I'm doing, I'm dividing this curve in two segments to create another point here. Okay, so how do we do that? From segment curve, segment by point. First select curve, then it will say select middle point, select point, and then middle one, play. Now it is divided. Like if we select this one, okay. Now go to points again, create that point here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you just have to click, because at 50% it is dividing. Okay. Just understand how to create points right now. Later you will understand why we created those points. Okay. In this, there is only 1 point, so we have to create. Go to third section, base point and delta. X, we provide that delta value in that direction, because we know this point. If we want a point along axis, we know the dia of that circle. So in X, because this is opposite direction, so it will be negative 100 and apply. Select point, then middle one, apply. that point is created. Now use the same method to split those curves, segment by curves. Select this curve, select 2 points. Now it is divided in 2. Again, you can create, you just have to move from create point to create and modify curves. Okay, you have to play with these tool only. Go to parameters along a curve. Okay, at 25, 50%, just select one point is created, another point is created. Again, segment, same procedure you have to repeat. Okay, segment by point, select this point, middle one, select this point, middle one. Okay, now you have created all the point. Okay, segments. Now create points. 1 click, 2 click, 3, 4. Okay, now all the points are created. I'll explain you why we created those points. Okay, now we divide this blocking, split this blocking to remove unnecessary parts. Okay, so go to blocking. Second option is split block. Okay. How do we want to split? Like split method is by prescribed points also. Okay, because we have created points and we have points. First select edge, then that point along which you want to divide. Like suppose I selected this curve. Okay. Okay. How to drag? I'm dragging. Just press Control and with the help of your middle mouse button, press middle mouse and you can rotate or drag your geometry and select one point. I have selected curve, then select one point along this. It is divided. Again, same procedure. Select curve, points. All right. Now here one I require one. Select curve, point. Now we have divided our block. Just delete your unnecessary block, this and this block. So in the block section at the end, there is an option delete block. Select block, this block and this block, and here permanently delete permanently. Okay, so it won't create problem later. And middle one. So this is your perfect shape because it is required. Unnecessary blocks have been removed. Now we have created block. Now what is the meaning of this block? Now we will associate this block to these curves. Okay, because we have defined that block has fluid properties. We know this block is nothing is your fluid. Okay, and we know that that fluid is flowing inside your pipe, but it is also in contact with the surface. To show that contact, we will associate that this as to this curve. Okay, so it will show that that flow and surface is in contact. That is called association. Go to blocking and the fifth option is association. Click in that, and in this second option is associate edge to curve. Select this. First you select edges 1, 2, 3, 4. You can select all together. Okay, then middle mouse. Okay, you have selected your edges. Now select curves. Okay, then middle one. If it becomes green, that means your curves are associated. Okay, same thing here. You can also directly select all the, just you with the help of left mouse button, drag your box, all selected. Same thing with curves. Okay, it is green means it is associated. Similar here, we have to associate this portion also. You can individually also select, but this is easy way. Then this curve. Okay, if you want to see that how it is associated or not, just go to blocking, in edges right click and show association. As you can see, these curves are associated, these edges are associated to the curves everywhere. Okay, now close, show association. Okay, now we want these curves inside these edges inside the curves. Okay, so in the blocking association, at the end there is a option snap project vertices. Click on that, all visible, apply. So these vertices will move inside that curves. Okay. Okay, now why we created those points, now you will understand. Now I want to fix those vertices so it won't move when we provide edge parameters. Okay, because to get perfect mesh you have to align those lines in a particular angle. So also associate your points and vertices from the help of this first option, associate vertices. Click on that, left. Okay, just click 2 times, it is associated, it becomes red if it is associated. Same thing here. Okay. Okay, here it is not aligned properly, that's why we needed those points. Now this vertex should move to this point, so select this vertex and this point. Okay, now here that is why we created those points, because now it is easy to move them. Select this vertex, this point, this here, this point. Okay. Okay, now here we don't have points, but we have another method. We can align these vertices as per this point, because this is fixed point. So go to your blocking option, there is a 6 option, move vertices. Click on that, and in the second option, set location. Okay, so we don't want to move in X direction, you have to just check your geometry in which direction you want to move your vertices. Select Y and Z, then select your reference vertex. This is fixed vertex, so select this one. Then select your vertices to set, which vertices you want to set in those direction. Just select those and click middle and then apply. Okay, this is moved. Same thing for all 4 vertices. Select your reference vertices, again middle one, and apply. Okay, just you have to follow. First reference vertex, select your reference vertex, then select vertices to set 1 2 3 in that line. Okay, middle one to select and then apply. Okay, and then remaining last one is select 1 1 1 2 3, then middle and apply. Okay, so these are lines, as you can see these are now become straight line. Now we need to align these lines also similarly. Now we don't want to move in Y direction, so deselect Y and X and Z direction. Select your reference vertex, this is your, because these are your fixed vertices, select it as reference vertex and other 2 vertices 1 and 2. Click middle one and apply. Okay, then again here select your reference vertex, select your reference vertex. Okay, here and here, apply. Same procedure you have to follow for all the points. This points, again select this then apply. Okay, again this point, select this and this, apply. Okay, now your geometry is okay. Now you can remove those points which are not necessary. Go to geometry, there is an option delete points. Okay, select all those unnecessary points. Okay, to clean your geometry. Okay, okay, now delete permanently. All right, this is your final geometry with blocking. Okay, now the only thing is left is how we are discretizing, how many elements we require in this length. So last option is go to blocking, there is an option pre-mesh parameters. Okay. In the pre-mesh parameters, select third option, first update all. If there is any saved document, then apply. Then go to third option is edge parameters. Okay. Now select your edge. Okay. Then go to bottom. There is a option copy parameter. So it will copy all the parameter parallel to that edge. Copy parameter. All the edges will be selected. Now give number of node. How many nodes you want? How many points you want in that edge? Like suppose I'm giving 50. You just have to play as per your requirement. Okay, you can increase the number of elements, you can decrease, but as per your geometry requirement, you can select your, then apply. Same thing for other edges. Select 50, suppose. Okay, same thing from here. 50 nodes. Okay, here 20 nodes. Then here 20 nodes. Here 20 we have already selected. If anything remain, this is remaining 20 nodes. Okay, we have divided those edges. Now check how your pre-mesh looks. Go to in the tree model, go to blocking. Okay, open it. In there is a option pre-mesh. Just select that. Okay, mesh is currently out of it. Recompute. Yes. Okay, so this is your wire mesh. From here there is an option convert solid display. Okay. So this is your meshing. It looks quite good. Okay. Okay. So we don't want more element because this is, I think, sufficient. Next, check your quality, because quality depends on your element position. If your elements are at 90-degree angle, okay, like this, then your quality will be high. Let's select, check. There is an option in blocking pre-mesh quality histograms. Okay, in this criterion, because it is a 3D, to 3 cross 3 cross 3, apply. Okay, here you can see your quality is very low, 0.1, which is because at the corner, if you see, just deselect your edges, curves and points, zoom it. You can see here element is stretched at the corner because of curve geometry. Okay, we need to shift this position in this direction, so it becomes close to 90, not 90 but close to 90. For that, to increase our quality, we use one option. There is an option we can create O grid. Okay, we will create O grid in there, so our mesh quality will improve. So in that split block, second option is in split block is O grid generation. Okay, deselect your pre-mesh, select your edges and curves. Okay. Now select blocks. Select blocks. You can select one by one. Okay, or all. You can select all also. I have selected all the block. Then middle blocks are selected. Then second option is faces. Select faces. Okay. Then okay, blocks and faces are selected. Now at the bottom there is an option around the block, because it is a block is inside the geometry only. Then no required of clicking that box. Then apply. As you can see, O grid is generated. Now those elements will move in this direction. Let's give some parameter, pre-mesh as parameter. Okay, here from here, select that edge, give parameter like 20, suppose. Okay, and apply. You can also check your pre-mesh. Now your quality is improved, like 0.1 to 0.6, as you can see here. Here also you can check, because it is varying very smoothly. Now, one more thing. Let's suppose I want to check boundary layer phenomena in my geometry. So we want high gradient near the surface. So here refine meshing should be near the surface. So there is an option in this parameters. Select your method geometric one. Why I am selecting geometric one? According to our arrow direction. At the tail of the arrow will be our 1 and the head will be 2. Okay. We want near the surface here at the tail. So we will select 1 and give some spacing like 0.01, ratio 0.12 and apply. Okay. So here elements are very close as compared to at the head. Okay. Now check pre-mesh. Okay. Quality is decreased because elements are not properly aligned. So you can just play with these values like 0.1 and here 1.1. You have to try 2-3 times or hit and trial, so it will improve. Okay. Or you can increase the number of elements also to increase your mesh quality. Okay. Just recompute pre-mesh, right click, recompute. Okay. Now your quality is quite good and you can see your geometry also looks fine. And at the end there are refine meshes to capture the boundary layer effects. Okay. Now everything is done, mesh is completed. Last option is if you want to change something in your mesh, you can change right now. Okay. Otherwise go to file, go to mesh section and load from blocking. It will convert your final mesh. So this is your final mesh. Okay. You can also check your final mesh quality. Go to mesh, go to edit mesh. There is a quality option, display mesh quality, apply. Okay, so this is your final mesh, which is quite good, 0.55. Okay. Now at the end, now we want to save our mesh file for Fluent Solver. Okay. Now Fluent Solver only take .msh files. Okay. So we have to convert this file into msh format only, .msh. So there is an option. How do we do that? First, save your project like in the PC, anywhere I can select. Okay, just open, save. Okay. You will get a message here that project is saved. Project saved. Okay. Now we want this mesh file for our Fluent software. So okay, so there is an option at the end. Sorry. Okay, now output mesh. There is this option, output mesh. In which format we want output mesh? Click on that. First option is select solver. You are there are many solvers, na software like CFX, Fluent. Okay, so we are using ANSYS Fluent. Apply. Then second option is boundary condition. We can provide boundary condition here, like which type of boundary condition will be there. Surfaces only. Inlet X is create inlet X. Inlet X is velocity inlet. Then inlet Y is create. That is also velocity inlet. Outlet is our pressure outlet. Wall is wall only. Yeah. Okay. And then accept. I have defined boundary condition. Now last option is route input. Now I am writing this mesh file into .msh format. Yes. Okay. So just open here. Here your dimension is 3D and you can change your geometry name like T join. Okay, and done. I have already saved this file .mss format. I'm just showing how to save. So here you will get done with translation, means your file is saved.
समझा नहीं क्या बोल रहा हूँ.
Just click here. Your file is saved. I'll show you. All right. Okay.
और बोलिए इसका वो
It is saved in desktop.
analyzing techniques.
अच्छा. अरे ऐसा कुछ नहीं.
So you'll get that MSH file, which I have generally, I don't know where I have saved it. In P simulation, structured mesh file .fluent.msh. Okay. Now we want to solve this file. Go to Fluent. Okay. In Fluent Launcher, just select your 2D or 3D double precision. Serial, if you select serial, then it will use your one single processor. As per your configuration, you can change your processor. I have dual cores, so that's why I'm using 2 processor. And here, select your folder where your mesh file is. CFD lab, P simulation, structured mesh. Okay. Now I am launching Fluent Solver. It takes some time. Now we have created our mesh file. Okay. Now we give our modeling, which model we are using here, or all the boundary condition in solver, and solve our problem. And for plotting, we'll be using post processing. For post processing, we'll be using CFD post. Go to file section, read mesh. Okay, this is your mesh file. Okay, this is your mesh file. Okay, you can see this is your mesh file, and there is an option fit to window. Now first check your mesh size in info. Go to size, you see around 3 lakh elements. 1 2 3 4 5 6, around 3 lakh elements, which are quite good enough. Then check your mesh. Okay, in mesh, minimum volume should be positive, it should not be negative. If there is if it is negative, then there is a problem with your mesh. Then check quality, which is 0.45, which is quite good. If you use unstructured meshing, then it won't be this much, it will be around 0.23 or 0.3. I'll explain unstructured meshing also if time remains. Okay, then solver, which type of solver? Pressure based or density based. If your Mach number is less than 0.3, which means flow is incompressible, then we use pressure based. If you're compressible, then density based. Here we are using incompressible flow, or transient or steady. Here we are using steady. In units, you can change, like our in boundary conditions from PPT. These are boundary condition. Temperature in degree Celsius. So we will change here only. In select temperature. Okay. Select degree Celsius. Okay. So later you don't have to worry about that. Then go to models. Okay. If there is a temperature variation, then equation of energy must be on. Then which turbulence model you are using? In microfluidics, there is no turbulence. Okay, flow is only laminar, and there are capillary effect, capillary action, and surface tension. But here, just for your understanding, I'm using a turbulence model. Okay, in next class, we will use those phenomena, because then we will use micro channels. Here we are using dimension as per our requirement. I'm using for boundary layer, K epsilon gives better effect. I'm using K epsilon standard. Other things will be by default, whatever. Then okay. All right. Then go to material, select. Now we want water. There is a water flowing as per our boundary conditions. Okay. Inlet X, water is flowing with velocity 3, temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, which is cool water. Okay. In inlet Y, velocity is 1 meter per second, but temperature is hot water. So what we are basically seeing, we will see what will happen when cold water mixes with the hot water. It is a very easy problem. That is why just I want to make sure that you understand this simple geometry. Then later you can create your own problem. Okay. Just go to Fluent database. Select your fluid, which fluid you are using. Okay. Water, liquid. Then copy. It is created. Okay. Or you can there is a option user defined database. You can create your own fluid if you have properties like viscosity, density. Then you create your own fluid and close. Here water, liquid. Now go to cell zone condition. Select fluid and select your water, liquid. Define. We are not using air, that's why we have to select water, liquid. Okay. Now next option is boundary condition. In inlet, there is a velocity inlet, edit. Inlet X. Inlet X was 3 meter per second. Okay. Intensity and hydraulic diameter will be the same as the diameter. Okay, which is 0.15 in meter only. Okay, 150 mm. So here we are taking in meter, 0.15. Temperature was 10 degrees Celsius because cool water. For inlet Y, your velocity is, magnitude is, okay. Hydraulic diameter is 0.1, which is 100 mm. Turbulence intensity I have taken same for the three cases. And temperature is 90 degrees Celsius, which is hot water. Integer, this is integer fluid. Outlet is pressure outlet. Okay. Pressure outlet. Here hydraulic diameter is 0.15 because outlet dia is the same with the X, inlet X, and let keeps it like room temperature only. Okay, we don't know the outlet temperature because it happened yet. Okay, wall, click on the wall, stationary wall. Okay, no slip conditions, thermal, heat flux is 0, which means we are not talking about heat transfer rate here. Okay, if there is a heat also going out from this wall, okay, there is a convection phenomena, then we can take our H value here, but we are not considering here. Okay, then select OK. Now let other things, let it be default. Go to methods. By default, simple method is okay. Okay, second order. If you have a doubt like why we are using simple method only, you go to help, you check according to your problem which type of method you should use. Okay, then in monitor, go to residual. Now this is where we define our convergence criteria. Okay, so, energy is e to power minus 6, other thing e to power minus 3. Okay. We can change as per our requirement. Here we are taking by default. Normally we take 10 to power minus 6 for fluent CFD problems. Okay, but to converge fast or for easy less time consumption, we are using default. Okay, then go to initialization. Okay. Initialize, hybrid initialization. Okay, initialization is done. Now second option is calculation activity. In this, like auto save, if you click auto save, here you can give number of iteration like 100. Okay, why, when do we use auto save? In case of power failure, like you were sometimes problems are so complex that it takes 2 to 3 days to solve. suppose if there is a power failure, your all data will be gone. If you give some like 100 iteration, it will save after each 100 iteration. Okay, so your data will be lost only for those 100 iteration, and all things will be saved. So sometimes this is very useful. Second is solution animation. In solution animation, you can create your animation, create two windows. Okay, here only, like I'll show you how to create animation. Like click contour. Okay, want temperature profiles field, select all, save and display. Okay, close. Select your contour. Record after suppose 10 iteration. We want to record our animation after 10 iteration, and format of file in memory only. Okay, this is a default folder which you selected initially when you launch your Fluent. This animation will go directly to that. Two windows. Okay, go to your display. Here at the top of the display, just click right. There is a option new window. Okay, so there will be two windows. Here you will see your animation as your solver moves. Here there will be residuals plot. Now final option is run calculation. Check case. So first check case, if there is any problem you can resolve here only. Okay, consider reserve standard capsule models. Here he suggested something, but I'll go with default only. Okay, no. Okay, now number of iteration, suppose give 100. Okay, calculate. So it will start calculating, but I have already calculated, so I'll stop here. Okay, I'll show you how to save those files. Okay, then for post processing we'll be using CFD post. After completion of your solution, go to file. There is an option write option. Go to write
Q
and case and data.
H
Click on that. Your file will be saved in
E
one
E
file will be case file, one file will be data file, which is point.dat file. Okay. Then you just have to click OK. Those files will be saved. I'm cancelling here because I have already saved those files. Now close it. Okay. I'll show you those files which I have already saved in simulation Fluent. Okay, so you'll get these two files, one case file, one data file. Okay, so this data file can be used in CFD post for other plotting and report creations. CFD post. Click on CFD post. Now we just visualize or see those results, how it looks. Okay, first what we did, we create geometry. Second, we discretize that geometry. Okay, by creating creating meshing, and then we use that mesh file in our solver Fluent by providing boundary conditions and turbulence model. We solve those equations, and after solution, now we are going to plot those results here in this tool, which is CFD post, which is used for post processing. Go to file, load results. Okay, I have saved in my CFD lab folder only. Okay, go to Fluent, select data file. Okay, select data file. It is loading. Okay, so this is, you can select, like this is our inlet X. Okay, this is inlet Y, outlet, and this is wall. So this was our geometry. unselect wall. Now here you can also create your animation. This is for better visualization. We use CFD post. Okay, first create streamlines. In the function tab, there is the option streamline. Click on that. Okay. Okay. Start from inlet X. Suppose give number of points like 100. Apply. So these are the streamlines which moves from inlet X to outlet. Similarly, create second streamline. Start from Y. Number of points around 100. All right. Now go to animation tab. At this right side, there is an option animation. Click on that. Select your both the streamline by control with the help of control. Okay. Move it to slower so you can visualize easily. Then click and play. So here you can see how your fluid is flowing. Now some of you might have doubt that it is blue and it is quite yellow. Color is because this is 1 meter per second velocity. This is 3 meter per second velocity. So because of difference in velocity, it is showing different color. If we plot temperature contour, then this will be red because of high temperature. Okay. So there is a problem. All right. So close it. Okay. If you want to save this animation, what you have to do, just go to save movie. Okay. Select your folder where you want to save. Okay. Okay. Then just play your animation. It will save automatically. Okay. You just have to change here. Repeat forever cannot be possible. So one time, so it will save one time. When these particles move from inlet to outlet at one time. Okay. I'll show you that animation I have already saved. So it will save some time. Okay. So this is the animation. If you save that animation, this looks like this only. You can use this animation to your presentation or okay. All right. Okay. So this was regarding your animation. Close those streamlines. Now what do you want to check? Like you want to check contour plot. Go to contour, select, then select your wall. Okay. And variable is your temperature. Number of contours, suppose 100. Then apply. So this is your temperature contour. This is your hot fluid. That is why it is red. Here fluid is mixing. So this looks like this. You can close your. Okay. This is how it looks. One more thing you can do. Okay. Create one plane. Like suppose we want to check what is going inside that pipe. So go to location, create a plane. Okay. In which plane? XY plane only. Okay. At what distance? You can move your cursor or give some value. Apply. Like this. Okay. At the center. At the center or close to center. Okay. Close to center. Okay. Apply. Okay. Close your wireframe. This is your plane where we want to check. Like plot contour 2. Similarly, from location, select your plane 1. We want to check what is going on that plane. Okay. What do you want to check? Temperature. Give number of contour 100. Apply. So this is what is happening inside that pipe. Okay. Or we can see on that plane. We can also plot vectors. Similarly, location is same plane only. Okay, apply, or you can close your contour and check how vectors are. Just zoom this area. You can see there is a mixing because of fluid is mixing. So you can just play this with this tool. You will learn. All right. What else you can see? Okay, streamlines. Okay, we have created. One more thing. If you want to check your report, there is a at the bottom right side there is an option report viewer. Click on that. Okay, this is your report. You want to add those contour plots which you have created. You can also add those in here. Okay. Okay. Go to insert. Okay. Okay. Or select this contour. This is your contour. Okay. Or close this thing. Okay. Sorry. Contour one. All right. Sorry, I'm still in command. Okay. Okay. Now, right click on that contour, insert, or okay.
ମତେ କାଁ
This is
ବାବୁ କ ଦାଣ୍ଡରେ ରଖିଛି
okay.
ବାବୁ ଆଣି ଦାଣ୍ଡରେ ରଖିଛି ଲୋ ତ
Ah.
ନେଇ ମାର ଦେ ତାକୁ
Go to insert, and inside there is at the top, at the bottom there is a figure option. Click on that. Okay. So you have here there is a report option. You can see there is figure is added in that report. Now go to your report viewer, refresh your report. At the bottom there must be you get your contour. So by this you can insert whatever you want to insert by just saving into the report form. After that you have created your report. You want to save that in PDF file. There is an option is publish. Click on that. In which format you want, HTML or text. There is two options. You select your folder. Okay, like desktop, lab. All right, and okay, HTML. Then save. All right. Okay, and go to that folder. You can see your report. Click on that report, or you can see Google Chrome only. This is your report. You can okay, you can save your report like this only. So like this you can save whatever you want, what results you want to show in your report. Okay, so I think there are so many things you can plot. You just have to play with this software. Okay, I think this is the end of this session. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Okay, I'm closing this. All right. So first we created geometry. After that, okay, first geometry, meshing, then solution, then post processing. Okay. In next session, we can use some micro channels and see what is going in those problems, those kind of problems. Okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So Mr. Vedaprakash has completed his lecture cum lab demonstration. So if you have, there is one question. Which
Yes,
type
ma'am.
of calculation is done to get this simulation?
Actually, there is those equations are inbuilt. This is a commercial software. So what is going behind the screen? We are not writing any equation. those equation already inbuilt in that software. It basically use Navier-Stokes equation to solve any problem. As per our boundary condition, it changes.
Okay, I think only one question was there, and thank you, Ved Prakash, for a very, very informative session. I think
Thank you,
that
ma'am.
people at least have got an idea about how to
Yes.
use the commercial software for designing of these systems.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Thank you.
next, you have one more session, and I think that time people, all the participants will get better idea
Yes, ma'am.
of this software and how it is used. Someone is asking about open source software. I think Dr. Naresh yesterday told about
Yes, yes.
open foam software.
Yes.
So that is open source, open foam.
Yes.
And I think Naresh explained about it yesterday. So please.
Yes, ma'am. He is using OpenFOAM software. Actually, it is widely used.
Yeah. So that is it. Someone is asking for feedback link. Feedback will be given to you at the end of this workshop. That time you will have to give feedback for all the sessions. Okay. Tomorrow, first session is Art of Living session as per AICTE guidelines. So please do not miss it. Art of Living is supposed to be a very, very good technique for meditation. So tomorrow 9:30, all of you please join for Art of Living session, and let us call it a day today. Okay, have a good day, and I'm closing this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.